Hi everyone, sorry about the technical difficulties and we hope that you're able to join us. If you're not, don't worry. We will be able to record this session and it will live on our Facebook, and we'll also email you a pre-recorded option as well so that you can see, and we can make sure that you get the information that you came to watch tonight. So thank you for being with us, and apologies for the technical difficulties. Welcome to Comaligan Catholic's Financial Aid Night. My name is Caitlin Rice. I am a proud graduate of the class of 2004 at Comaligan, and I am the current Director of Admissions here at CEC. This is our first virtual event of the fall, so we appreciate you being with us, and of course it wouldn't be a virtual event without a couple hiccups, so we thank you for working with us. We're working every day to make sure that we have the information provided to you in a timely manner, in a convenient manner, and we really appreciate how flexible you've been with us through this challenging time. A couple of things to note. The audio, we had some technical difficulties as I mentioned, so if it's not as crisp as we would all like to hear it, then please just let us know, and we're happy to answer any questions for you following this performance. The comments, if you want to leave some comments in the comment box on the live stream for questions related to your situation, we will address some of those comments at the end, but you can always make an individual appointment with us here at CEC, and I'll explain how to do that shortly. Before we begin, I want to welcome our president, Mr. Tom Lynch, to say a few words about Comaligan Catholic.
Thanks, Kate. It's good to be here with everybody. Thank you for joining with us. Before we move into the meat of the evening, which is the different financial aid programs we have available, I thought I'd give you an update on the school, on all the exciting things that have been going on. We've been on a roll for a few years now, and I wanted to highlight everything we have to offer here. And you notice the headline of this slide says CEC Strategy Innovation. In today's world, innovation is more important than ever, and we certainly are applying it to our high school here in everything we do. So I thought I'd share some of the exciting programs we've implemented starting in 2018, and that your students your children will have the opportunity to take advantage of. We have a very unique academic program here that is a 9-period day. I'm a graduate, Bishop Egan, 1972, and I think for 61 of our 63 years, we had an 8-period day. A simple change to 9 periods opened up a wealth of opportunity to provide additional education for our students and additional support. And it's really, really important. For example, as a freshman, you'll get more math and more English. And that might not sound exciting to a freshman, but it should be very exciting to their parents or the folks who are supporting them here. I wish I had it when I graduated, because after 8 years of great math scores, I flunked my first semester algebra in 1968. It was kind of quite a wake-up call for me, and I wish I had that little extra math course to help get me through. So we realize transitions are significant, and so for the freshman and sophomore, we have this 9-period day benefits, and then by the time you're a junior or senior, you're getting extra college and career prep in there, which really helps you make the best decision possible for when you leave Comaligan High School. I'll hit these others quickly. If you're familiar with us, you know we have a fantastic arts program, and in particular, we've invested quite a bit in our performing arts program. 4 years ago, we had 13 people in our choir. Now we had almost 90. We had the most all-Catholic choir members last year in the Archdiocese, so we have a fantastic program, and we have a great visual arts program. And for many years, I think schools debated how much should be invested in the arts. We never debated that. We increased our investment because the arts are developmental for the mind, right? It helps you really think broader as a young person, and it's a great foundation to go into the rest of your life with. A very exciting program and effort we expanded last year was in our guidance counseling area. We now have 4 counselors. So in the United States, the average ratio of students to counselors is 428 to 1. Frankly, to me, that's crazy. We were able to raise the money and fund additional counselors, so we're at 110 to 1. It's made a huge difference last year and was especially important in these unusual times where students are learning in a different way. They have somebody to lean on. So your student, by the time October 1st rolls around next year, will have met their counselor, and they'll meet with them regularly, whether they need the counseling or not, just to see how they're doing. And it's all part of our support infrastructure. One of the first things we expanded and invested in a few years ago is where we are today. You can't get a feel too much for it, but we're in the Center for Student Leadership, and our motto here is every day is career day. So during the year, the students will meet a variety of people from different careers, so they get a sense of what it's really like to be a nurse or a teacher or an accountant, a salesperson, an engineer. It's not some theoretical thing that they're aspiring to be. They actually get to talk to the people who have been doing this and see how you connect their core education to the application of that education and help them make the most informed decisions, again, when they leave CEC. So we're really excited about, we're going into our third year for the Center of Student Leadership, and before COVID hit last year, we had 30 of our seniors, 35% of our senior class had an internship. So we really try to make this, connect the academics to the careers. Last year we opened our Academic Resource Center. So what is that all about? It's a program that provides support for any student who needs it. So if Tom Lynch is, if I was in the academic, if the academic resource was here when I was here, my parents would have got an email 1 month into the first year of 1968 and said, hey, Tommy is not doing so well in algebra. He needs to sign up for tutoring. We really encourage you. And my parents would have been able to go online, pick a math tutor, pick a time that worked for me and them, and get me into tutoring. So that's another support, part of our support infrastructure, because we get it. Getting off to a good start is very important in your high school career. You can overcome a stumble. It's not, it's not impossible, but we have the resources to support you. If you shift to what we're doing for the first time this year, one of the most exciting things is we've introduced an engineering program. And in our first year, we have 37 juniors and seniors that have signed up for engineering. Very excited. Part of our overall STEAM program, Science, Technology, Engineering, East, which is our unique project management technology offering, and of course, math. The idea here is to give students who are interested in a career in engineering an early taste of what it's like to be an engineer. Like, I'm good in math, let's say, or your child is good in math. They think they might want to be an engineer. We're actually going to give them a couple years worth of experience of what that really means. Another big investment, if you've gone by lately, like last year we renovated our Performing Arts Center. This year we've completely renovated our soccer and lacrosse field. It's also the field that is used for physical education for all the students. So we have a generous and active alumni whose motto is, let's provide the same opportunities that we had when we went here many years ago. And then we have some exciting things planned for 21-22 in the early planning stages, but we want to really beef up our business offering here. It's a lot of students show interest in that, and based on that interest, we said, well, we need to have a stronger business program, and we're always looking at how do we continue to enhance our athletic facilities. New bleachers are going in as we speak in the gym. We updated the home locker room for basketball last year. We'll tackle the football locker room next year, and on and on. And so there's a lot of momentum in the school that 6 or 7 years ago would have been hard to imagine that we could do one of these things, let alone all of them. So what's really important? It's making a big difference. It's making a huge difference. The results of our most recent school year, failures down 70%, honor students up 15%, latenesses down 60%, which speaks to the really productive and healthy culture we have here. So it's a great place to come to. I don't think the school's ever been better. I think we have one of the most innovative programs in the area, bar none. And if you have, you obviously have a lot of interest in us, and so you're going to hear from our team here to how to make it affordable. So thank you. Thanks for bearing with us. We are here anytime you need us, anytime you have questions about the curriculum, the financial aid. Please don't ever hesitate to send an email, make a phone call. Our team is here. We're basically available 24/7. and we look forward to seeing you in person soon. So I'm going to turn it back to Ms. Rice here, who's done a great job for us, and she'll take you through the rest of our agenda. Thanks again. And you got a really cool CEC mask too.
Thanks, Tom. So, our most exciting topic and what you all came here to hear, okay, financial aid and scholarships. We know that this can get a little bit droning, so we'll try to kind of get through it all, and just know, as Mr. Lynch said, we're working around the clock to make sure that we're here for you when you need it, and we can answer your questions very specific to your situation. So without further ado, we'll get started. Here is the agenda. Tonight we'll talk about scholarship opportunities, how do I qualify, the application process, requirements to be considered, the online application. We'll have a speaker, Ms. Sudalicio from DLFF, the Danner Lynch Family Foundation, and help available with applying and where to go to get it. The first thing we want to talk about are the scholarship opportunities. So, the Presidential Academic Scholarship. That is something that you should be looking to do in the next 2 to 4 weeks. We hold those on October 10th of 2020 and October 24th of 2020. If you have not registered to take those yet, those scholarship exams are used to award as well as for placement to CEC. So please know that you can register for that exam on our website under admissions if you just go to www.conwell-egan.org. And if you have questions about that, just always feel free to call or email. Skip Duffy is a 1-year scholarship that is offered through the Skip Duffy Foundation, and you can find the application for that on our website as well under scholarship opportunities. The Newman Scholarship Exam, if you are invited to take it, is something that you will sit for. I believe the date is September 30th this year. Good luck to all of our Newman scholars, and we hope that you do well. We know that it's a different time and that there will be different ways to be sitting for exams this year. Just do your best, and that's all you can do, and we know that you'll soar. Gifts from Gwen is a 1-year scholarship for Holy Family Regional Catholic School. The DLFF Scholarship Program is a 4-year scholarship. The ZWAC Family Scholarship is also a 4-year scholarship. The Northeast Catholic Alumni Fund, the Ellis Trust for Girls, which is for students who reside in Philadelphia, and the Monsignor Mitchell Scholarship Program for African American students. How to apply. All of our scholarship applications are on our website, posted under Affording CEC. This is updated as frequently as we possibly can. If you have any issues with it or are unable to print it, please just contact us. We'll be happy to mail one to you or connect with you in ways to help you with these application processes. Each scholarship committee reviews applications, and they will determine the winners based on the criteria outlined in their application. Each scholarship committee has different criteria, so be sure to read that carefully because you won't want to submit the same essay for every scholarship. Each thing will have a different topic, and we hope that our applicants will look to those and really dig down to see what experience works well for that application. So, financial aid. These are some things that we know in our world for some lingo. TAP, EITC, and OSTC are different funds that are distributed based on income guidelines and salary limits. This is what you would apply for when you apply for your financial aid. CEC tuition assistance is also available and is awarded on a case-by-case basis and is determined by need. So all of these different funds and different areas that we fundraise are all available through the one application that you apply for through FACTS Grant and Aid, which we'll talk about soon. The application process can be found on our website. This is the link for it, and as I said earlier, we are recording this, so you will be able to reference back to all of this for information. The online application does require a $35 fee, and applications for financial assistance will be processed by fax. In order to be considered, this is very important, your tax documents must be uploaded before we can issue an award or a determination of award. If we don't have the tax documents, the application is not verified, so we ask that you upload your tax returns as soon as you can. Don't fret if you file for extensions or if you don't file for taxes immediately, if there's a delay due to the COVID-19 situation that we're facing. Know that you can submit last year's tax return. Your most recent tax return will validate your application and will allow us to discuss awards with you. Families who applied in 1920. This is specific to our families who already have a CEC student. All you have to do is log in using the same login and password that you use to pay your tuition every month, or your elementary school that you are currently attending. If they use Fax Grant and Aid, you can just add Comaligan under that account. You don't need to create an entirely new account. We try to make this as easy as we possibly can for you. So you'll just add Comaligan as an institution, update your information, submit and pay the application fee. Again, if you have any questions about any of this along the way, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Some of the requirements for financial aid. Please know that your student must be enrolled at CEC, meaning you have paid your registration fee. Your application must be verified and your tax documents uploaded, as I explained. The application asks for your 2019 tax return. Documentation can be uploaded, emailed to me, mailed in the mail, a copy. You can drop one off to the main office. We will help upload your tax return anyway if you are not able to do so. Your application is not considered verified until your tax information is received, and know that official packages will be awarded upon receipt of your tax verification. Awards are granted on a rolling basis. December 31st is the deadline for priority applications. What does this mean? This means that the application for the upcoming school year, the 2021-2022 school year, opens on October 1st. You can apply for aid as early as October 1st, and we ask that you apply no later than December 31st. However, if you're not able to apply until a little bit later, or your application is not verified before December 31st, don't worry. We can work with you, we can help you. Just contact us and let us know, and awards are issued on a rolling basis following this deadline. We try to get everyone's question marks answered as early as possible so that you can make an informed decision. This is again a link to the online application so that you are able to reference it. Let's talk about the online application. I'm going to walk you through so that you can see some of the areas. And again, don't fret about making notes. We will definitely make sure that we have this recorded for you so that you can reference back or you can make an appointment with us. So, starting the application. Once you create an account, you will log in, and this will ask for your general information. You can see the screen here that asks for your name, address, contact information, and it goes so on and so forth to your marital status, your relationship to the student, and your employment status. Moving forward, this is if you decide to have a co-applicant. If you are married and file taxes jointly, you will need to have a co-applicant on your application. You can list mom first, dad first, whoever is applying. It doesn't matter as long as you're both on the application together if you file your taxes jointly. If you file taxes separately, you can apply as an individual. You don't have to have a co-applicant if you choose not to do so. This is where you'll add your information for your student. You'll add in their names, and then when we go on from here, you'll be able to select the student. Make sure that you add in all of the fields that are marked with an asterisk, and then you'll click at the bottom the green button that says Add this student. If you have more than one student that you're considering CEC, you will need to add each student individually one at a time. When selecting your school, this is the screen that will come up, and you will select Add School. You can look us up by our zip code, which is 19030. As soon as you type that in, Comaligan will come right up and you can select us as the school that you are applying to. You'll also put in here what you anticipate that you can afford for the upcoming year for tuition. As I mentioned, you can look us up by our zip code or our city and state. I would recommend using the zip code. That's the easiest way to find us first. And then you'll select Add Selected School. This is where you'll start to get into the nitty-gritty of it. This is where you'll start adding in some of your taxable income, your number of dependents, if you file taxes, if you receive income reported on a W-2, etc. Make sure you look down the bottom if you own any of the following: businesses, rental properties, and so on and so forth. You'll want to make sure that you answer yes or no. This is where you would put in any non-taxable income that you receive. You can see the categories below, and just make sure that you answer those per year, per month, however it is that you prefer to note it in your application. This is an important screen that I want you to pay attention to, especially this time of year. We know that so many of our families were impacted due to COVID-19. If you experienced a change of income in your tax return, or if you anticipate a change in your income for this upcoming year, this does not mean that we cannot help you in some way. If you anticipate a decrease in your income, please be sure to note it here. If you do so, the screen will change and it will ask you why you anticipate that decrease. Please make sure to know that if you feel that, you can always reach out to us and talk to us on an individual basis, and we can help you through your specific circumstances. This is where you'll talk about some of your monthly expenses and everything that you do from month to month, all of those nice little bills that come and you have to pay. None of us like it. In here, we'll talk about some of your annual expenses, including the vehicles, kids who are in college and draining your wallet in that way, and we'll talk about your child and daycare expenses. Trust me, I know all too well about those. You'll go on further to some assets and liabilities. Know that these do not reflect on your award determination. They're just something that the application asks you for, but they won't necessarily play into the algorithm that works to determine what your financial aid award will be. The end of the application has additional information here. Okay? Additional information means anything that they may not have asked that you feel is pertinent to your application. Many families have gone through here to explain what Catholic education means to them, how important it is that they hope that they can be able to provide that opportunity for their students. And we want to know what those situations are. The more we know, the more we're able to help. So this is where you're able to fill in and free speech, whatever it is that you'd like to say and you would like us and or facts to know when reviewing your application. You'll come to a review process here just to make sure that all of your information is correct. You can save and continue. This is where you'll pay the application fee. As mentioned, the application fee was increased to $35 this year. That is not our determination for that application fee. That is by the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. So, I know that was a lot of information thrown at you a little bit quickly, but please know that we're here and we're happy to help you with any of those. At this time, I'm going to invite Ms. Sue Delisio to come up and speak about the Danner Lynch Family Foundation Scholarship and the scholarship process.
Hello there, and thank you for joining us for this very important presentation tonight. The Danner Lynch Family Foundation, which was founded in 2013, began with an idea to help people unleash their potential. Tom and Patty Lynch, the founders, felt very strongly about offering their support behind people and programs that make a difference. And that's exactly why DLFF works with CEC. The DLFF CEC scholars have grown considerably from our first 4 scholars in 2015, to nearly 90 scholars this current school year. The students selected for a DLFF scholarship realized early on that it's more than just an award towards tuition, but an opportunity to learn important life skills, plan and prepare for their future, and give back to the community around us. Our class of 2025 applications are geared towards selecting students who are willing to become involved, understand the importance of service, and are open to learning opportunities. All the applications are completed electronically via our scholarship portal, which can be found on the DLFF website or the Conwell-Egan website. The target date to open our applications will be October 7th, with the projected closing of December 7th. We do encourage students to apply early and as soon as they can once the applications open, because there are letters of recommendation required with the application. This year we're excited about our program because our DLFF CEC scholars will be involved in a mentorship program within DLFF. The purpose to this is to really engage the students in developing their traits of initiative, accountability, responsibility, and service, while we help them explore their academics and career interests, providing learning opportunities for them, and just building relationships among our scholars themselves. With 89 students in our program this year, we felt it was much easier to break these into small learning groups to have a bigger impact on the program. We also are encouraging our scholars to take full advantage of the many opportunities that CEC provides in extracurriculars, academic support, guidance counseling, and leadership. Our DLFF team is looking forward to our applications coming in for the class of 2025. But whether or not your student becomes a DLFF scholar, you've already made the right decision in discovering the CEC community. Personally, as a parent of a senior student here at Conwell-Egan, I will forever be grateful for the opportunities and experiences that our son has been given here at CEC. So we look forward to your applications. We look forward to getting to know the new applicants for class of 2025. And please reach out with any questions you may have of our DLFF application process at sue@dlff.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Sue. So, wrapping up the night a little bit here, just some available help and some information for you to know on how to reach out to us in order to help you with your specific situation and walk you through any processes that we need to. So, CEC staff is here every step of the way. Mr. Lynch wasn't kidding when we are here around the clock working for you and with you in order to help you through this time. We know that the high school decision is a difficult one, and it's made even more difficult not being able to see high schools the way that you're used to being able to see them. We have shadow days coming up virtually, so please stay tuned for that for your students, and we will be holding a virtual open house along with some informational sessions for you to be able to join, and more information will come to you about those sessions. We also are holding virtual sessions individually, so one-on-one, and we can arrange those times on our website through an app called Calendly that you can see our availability and tailor it to yours so that we can have some time to meet via Zoom and walk you through any information or any questions that you have about CEC. And that's not just for the admissions process. That can be for the academic team, that can be for our Center for Student Leadership. Any of our coaches are willing to meet with you and discuss with you their programs. CEC is really here for you to make sure that you have all the information that you need to make sure that you make the right decision. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we are not able to accept walk-in appointments at this time. But as I mentioned, there are more than enough ways to get in touch with us, so please be sure to do so if you have any questions. We hope that you enjoyed this presentation. We know that it's a lot of information, and we know that it's not the easiest process to go through. So we thank you so much for taking the time, and again, sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. Here on our website is where you can find those Calendly appointments that I talked about. On our admissions page, there's a graphic there on how to do so, and you can just click right on that graphic, and it should take you right to the website where you can schedule a virtual one-on-one appointment with admissions. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time to get to know Comaligan and our scholarship and admissions processes. Let us know if you have anything that you need. We're here for you. Thanks.